everybody. Welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. Today we're going to be talking about connections, how we connect to other people, what that looks like in our life, and how we show up in our life in regards to other people, whether it's a job or friendships, and how our attitudes and our actions play a really important role.
Yes, for me, what's happened in this last little bit is that I've been setting the intention to really look at my weight issue. And what came up for me was a couple of experiences that happened in junior high. Mm-hmm. And I met with those challenges based on, I went through the work and I really took a look at what that was and what it meant to me and why I kept carrying it on. And the most magnificent thing happened is that after going through that and having a breakthrough, the universe totally opened the door. And now I'm reconnecting with so many people that tied back to that instant. It's amazing. And what that reminded me of was that every action has a consequence, so to speak, or a reaction to it. And so me doing that work, I got to then go through it and experience what was on the other side, which is amazing friendships.
Yes.
It was so beautiful. The universe is so beautiful.
And I think the issue that you're talking about, weight, is probably an issue for so many people out there.
Absolutely.
And so many people can relate. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing how you even use the words carry.
Absolutely.
We're carrying that energy, throughout our life.
And it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's something I carry around. Yeah, it's very symbolic, definitely, in what weight represents to me and many others. Yeah.
And then being able to go to core and to release your fear of the past and be able to go there to recreate something new. Yeah. That's fabulous.
Yeah, it's really good. And I have to say, doing it and in that moment, I was scared to death. I was like, oh my gosh, every time I'm there, I forget just how confronting it can be. Yes. But the great thing is that, having done it before, knowing that what's on the other side is absolutely magnificent. So,
wonderful.
So there's that reassurance there that's really good. And,
Well, I think when we're going through those processes of change in our life, and when we face those fears, we can feel an anxiety coming up in our body, the energy, and sometimes anxiety, a girlfriend of mine, she explained it in a very profound way too, and it was that she's going through this process of change in her life and connecting with people that she's maybe had a negative reaction from them in the past, but she's facing them to find out what the lessons are in it for her. Yeah, nice. And so now she said to me, you know what, Karen? The anxiety, the energy that's moving through me, it feels like I'm about to give a presentation in front of 1,000 people. And I said, yes, you hit right on, because that energy, what it is we're processing energy to move up, so we're evolving and we're shifting into higher frequencies, and our body's just readjusting, configuring.
Yeah. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. And to be conscious of it is that other piece of this, which is just being able to be present in the moment while it's happening. It just gives it that extra dimension for me to be able to just see the beauty of it, actually. And knowing that, 5 days later, I'll be in a different situation in life. Life is temporary. Everything is temporary. So knowing that I will never have to be in this all my life is really, really great to be able to know that.
And all the feelings we have a beginning and an end.
Yes.
We're like,
that's
and it's a negative feeling, right?
Yeah. Especially when you're, because when you're in it, you think, woe is me, and how am I ever going to be able to get through this? But really, where in your life have you ever stayed in something forever?
That's right.
Nothing.
It passes through.
And thank goodness.
and then that we've moved through the darkness and we've lifted ourselves into the joy, and it's the joy that we want to last.
Yes, exactly.
Forever, right?
Even that. Yeah. That's the guarantees in life. Yeah.
And I think it really depends too on where, as you mentioned, the level of awareness is within an individual, because we can experience situations or people in our life that we feel uncomfortable, and so in that uncomfortableness, we will not go in and embrace it. We will actually try to avoid it.
Yes.
And that's when people are not showing up fully in their life.
Yeah.
And when we kind of hold ourselves back, that can have really severe consequences in our life. We can lose a job, we can lose friendships, many different things. And so it's being able to be in every moment, show up, be who you are, fully embrace, ask questions, and do and be everything 100%.
And knowing that, you know, how you show up in one area of your life is a direct reflection of how you show up in other areas of your life. There's no escaping. There's no components when it comes to life. You can't be one way in work and expect your home life to not have impact.
Yes.
It just doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way because the common denominator in all of it is you. And so how your mindset is in one area, you know there will be reaction and consequence in other areas of your life.
Exactly.
And that goes for both negative and positive, which is great. So if you have a breakthrough in a relationship where you maybe speak your truth, the wonderful thing is that will then be played out in other areas of your life. So, you know, it just makes sense to always be present, always be on, always be observing, and always be asking, and because the miracles show up everywhere.
Yes. Just give 100% of who you are.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you don't like where you are in that moment. That's what true transformation is all about.
Yeah.
Is moving through that uncomfortableness and saying, oh no, I don't really want to be here right now, but you know what? I'm going to have the courage to break through whatever it is I need to break through. And whether that's facing someone that you know, haven't really appreciated, maybe someone is been rude to you, or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, you know, I have my career, right? And there's just some people who, they're just not someone that I care to work with.
Right.
But due to circumstances, I just happen to do it, you know. And that's where that makes sense to me, which is that whole, okay, I just have to go and meet with them. I just have to do this. It's just part of, you know, life isn't perfect, so it's just part of what I do. But the great thing is I set my intention.
Yes.
I set my intention that it's going to be easy, that I'm going to be honored, or whatever it is that I really, truly don't feel I'm getting. Yeah. And I mean, just being in observer mode, for some reason, it takes the problematic things that I'm not enjoying, and it makes that smaller than who I am, and it allows me to get through it, you know, really, and I honor myself too, and you've known that in the last bit, is I know where my line is, and I've let people go, and saying, you know what, I don't want this in my life anymore, and so that's helped as well, in showing up at the universe and telling them what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, because it's so true, because connecting with, when we can let go of people who do not honor us, we move up into another world that we've been waiting for.
Yes.
Because we've been creating in our own mind.
Yeah.
And that goes the same for jobs. I know some people become so stuck in a job because it becomes really comfortable for them. It's a comfort zone. Yeah. And you know that a part of them is ready to leave, but they've got this umbilical cord attached to their job, but they're not showing up in fullness of being present and, you know, only doing half their duties or whatever that looks like. And you just know that it's time to cut the cord and for them to let go. And sometimes even in letting go, they can be people can be devastated because they're totally unaware of how their actions have created the consequences that are being played out in their life right now.
What a perfect example of someone not honoring themselves, and the impact that has is they're not honoring their coworkers, their boss, the actual establishment itself, and that is energy that other people will have to work around. And man, to see the bigger picture and know that they could just, man, okay, this isn't working for me, and I'm scared, but I'm just going to cut the cord and move on. Just see the energy shift in other coworkers, the boss, the establishment. The energy gets to go back to its authentic place. And then they can be authentic in their lives and create authenticities elsewhere.
And trusting the journey.
Yeah, it does take a lot of trust.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
But that's the wonderful practice that we
It
have.
is.
Yeah.
And it is the practice. It's practicing every day of showing up and being in your truth and honoring yourself.
You know what I just thought the other day? I've been looking at symbols in life and how life is giving me, symbolic thoughts all the time. And I thought of wake up, right? So we call it wake up to life, right? But isn't it amazing how, in order to really function in life, we have to go to sleep every night and wake up every day?
Yes.
So when we say wake up to life, that means that it's a practice we have to do every single day. We have to remind ourselves to wake up every single day. And I really loved that analogy and knowing that we have to truly wake up and remind ourselves every day.
And that's what the spirituality, the journey is.
Yeah.
Is remembering.
Yes.
Remembering who we are.
Yeah.
Remembering our truth.
If we could remember every time, we'd only have to buy one book and we'd be done. But no, we got the freedom frequency. That's it. Exactly. That one book. But with that book, it's amazing. You do only need that one book.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a fantastic show. We enjoy sharing our message with you. And if you have any comments or feedback, please send us an email. We've been looking forward to hearing from you.
Yes, absolutely. Namaste.
Namaste.